Hello everyone, it's Matt back here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to draw a mystical dragon with a little bit of red, orange, and yellow in it. I thank you guys all for liking and subscribing to my videos and my channel. Stay tuned, there will be many more, but I've been getting a lot of requests to draw a nice dragon. So, to start off, I'm going to be outlining it with my Pentel mechanical pencil. I'm just doing a very small, rough outline. You don't need to outline it as hard as you possibly can by just pushing the pencil down so much. Do it very lightly so if you mess up, it won't smudge the page or anything, and you won't have to put hard erase marks. And in this video, I used Copic Markers as my main color for it, Sharpie Markers for the outline, a fine tip, medium tip, and heavy tip. So, if you're looking to draw this type of dragon or a very, very detailed dragon, I recommend getting better materials than the standard markers that you buy for 25 cents a marker. I like Copic markers. They are probably my favorite types of markers, so that's why I'm going to be using them. So I'm going to start off by drawing my outline with my fine tip and medium tip Sharpie. I'm not really using the fat tip too much in this case because it's very hard to use it when drawing the fine details, especially when I'm using my fine tip when I'm doing the teeth on the dragon and a little bit on the eyes, because the eyes are always, they have to be perfect and perfect because it's where everyone looks when they look at your dragon. And as I'm going, I'm not putting out my full outline with my pencil. I'm doing a little bit of both. I'm going with my Sharpie, then back to my pencil, back to my Sharpie, because in this dragon, I'm just making it as I go. This is my own dragon. I'm having a lot of fun while creating it. I like to draw drawings mainly as I just think of them. So, you can draw any type of thing you want. It's your own imagination. You don't need to share your drawings, but feel free to draw your own drawing. Or feel free to draw this if you're just starting. And the way I'm making my scales is I'm just making very, very scratch-like marks with my fine tip pencil. They're not going to be perfect. I'm not taking a million hours on it. I am taking quite a bit of time with it, though. So now I'm going to start off by drawing my nose of my dragon. I'm using a cardinal red from the dark parts, and then I'm going over that with a candy stick yellow, like a lip gloss yellow. a lip gloss red. Sorry. Then I'm going over it with a chrome orange, and then after that, I'm finishing it with a golden yellow and a canary yellow. So those are the markers I'm using for the scales. The way I'm doing this is I'm gonna start off on the top part of the scale. I'm going to put my cardinal red, which is a very dark red, and then I'm going to blend it in with my candy red, and then after that I'm going to be using my chrome orange, and then so on with my yellows. That's how I made the scales. It takes a lot of time and a lot of detail to do that, so when you're drawing, please have patience. The drawing will come out nice as long as you have patience and you keep on consistent. And for the horns, I used multiple different browns. I used a light walnut brown for the base coat, and then a chamois for a chamois brown for the nice like a glare effect, so it's a little bit white. And then I used a bark brown for the darker parts of it. And then, as you saw right there, between the two horns, I used a cardinal red with a little bit of black Copic marker. And for the eyes, around the eyes, I used a canary yellow to keep it very, very light so that the eye is defined. Then I did an emerald green in the eye. And as you see, I'm going back with my dark browns and my light browns for the horns. You have to keep into account when you're making, always make a nice shade. So as you see on the horns, it is very defined that there is a light source coming from somewhere, and it's not all one solid brown. And once again, right on the eyes, I used my Uni-Ball White Pen and a colorless blender. The colorless blender really, really makes a difference. That's how I'm making my shades on, see the horns or a little parts of the detailing on the scales. I just simply used a colorless blender. It's a very, very useful tool when using markers. I recommend to everyone to get it. And then on the lower part with the scales, you see that one line on the dragon. I put a light orange coat into it, very, very light, and then you'll see as I'll go over it later with a burnt sienna color. So I'm starting on by finishing my scales. Remember, going with the cardinal red and the lighter red, and then so on to the yellows and oranges. I'm going to be using for the mouth and lips a relatively the same base coat. I'm going over that with my light brown, my chamois brown, and then after that I'm going to finish it up with a golden yellow and a little bit of orange. And on the teeth, I'm making the teeth bright canary yellow, and then with a little red tip on the end of it. And the tongue is going to be a candy apple red, but also I'm using a lot of pink in my tongue to make it a very nice effect. And now for the underside of the dragon, I'm using a candy apple red with also a little bit of burnt sienna and cardinal red to create a nice like color, if you would say. And then in the background I'm using a lapis blue with a little bit of sky blue into it, and the black parts of the clouds signifying it's very very dark at night, and it's and always you want to make your background blue or something when using red, yellow, and brown together. Don't make the background red, obviously it won't look good. Don't make it purple because it's completely out of whack. Make it colors or it still will look good. So I thank you all for watching and enjoying this mystical dragon. I hope you learned a lot today, and if you want to learn how to draw a dragon, just experiment with yourself and you will get a nice dragon done. So thank you all for watching so much. Please hit that subscribe button right below, like the video, and comment any more drawings that you want me to do. I am happy to draw your guys' drawings. So thank you all. Have a nice day.